Come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Let's jam. Hey, come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Let's jam. Hey, 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 hey. Come on in the kitchen. Come on in my kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Let's jam. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Carlene. Come on in the kitchen. Let's jam. Hey, remember last week? Week before last, week before that, I've been baking. Being in the house in quarantine has got me baking. So, you know the dough that I made. 2 cups of flour, 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast, a pinch of salt, 1/4 cup of oil, yeast in your warm water with a teaspoon of sugar. Let it sit, let it rise. That's your dough. Because you know how to make the dough, we're making cinnamon rolls today. Same dough, many ways to make it. Hey Tracy, come on in the kitchen, girl. We're making your cinnamon rolls today. All right, so this is the filling that we're going to use for your cinnamon rolls, okay? So I got a stick of butter right here. 1 stick of butter. Just add regular granulated sugar in. Just one, that's 3/4 cup of sugar. 1 stick of butter, 3/4 cup of sugar, and 2 tablespoons of cinnamon. That's all you need for the filling, okay? So get that a nice mix. You want it to be like a paste, all right? You want it to be ooey gooey pasty. All right? That's all you need for your cinnamon rolls. If you like more cinnamon, cinnamon is very powerful, you know, and it's real good for you. But once you put it with sugar and all that, hey, we eating sugar today. Hey, Keisha, come on in the kitchen, girl. Get you some cinnamon rolls. You need to make these cinnamon rolls. You've already tasted them, so you can go ahead and make them now. If you want to see how I make the dough, you can go and look at a previous video where I made the dough. Making plenty of things with this one recipe. Garlic rolls, naan bread, cinnamon rolls, sandwich bread, rolls. You can make so much. So anyway, here is the filling. See how it looks? That's how you want it to be. So you can just like put it right on top of the dough and spread it nice and thin, okay? Now, here is the icing that I use. 1 block of cream cheese, a good teaspoon of vanilla extract, just this is 2 tablespoons of softened butter. Make sure you got room temperature butter, and make sure that I ain't wasting my butter. I gotta get it all out. Ooh, there we go. You got a block of cream cheese. You got 2 tablespoons of butter. I like butter with salt in it. That's just how I like it. Keisha said, yes, we tore them up. She said they were so good. Yes, I'm so glad. So right here I have powdered sugar. Now, if you got regular sugar in your house, by any means, do not go out and buy powdered sugar because you already have it, right? All you got to do is throw this in a blender, a cup and a half of regular sugar, granulated sugar, put it in a blender, blend it until it's powdery, just like this. So now you're going to take and pour that powdered sugar in a little bit at a time. Give it a nice mix until you have your cream cheese icing, okay? That's all you do with your filling. If you don't want cream cheese, you can make a buttercream. You just have to use a little bit more butter, all right? But we like it more cream cheese in the house, so we add more cream cheese than we do butter, okay? A little bit at a time. That can be a little messy, but just add a little bit at a time and make your icing like so, okay? That's all you do. It's yummy. Once your cinnamon rolls come out of the oven, I like to put it on when it's nice and warm. That way the icing just melts all over the cinnamon rolls. So good. And we eat them up. You see the consistency of this icing? That's what you want. You want it nice and thick so you can spread it over evenly and have some left over for later. Yes. All right. Put a little bit more flour in, a little bit at a time, because it'll waste. That's the reason why I put it in a little bit at a time, because it'll be all over the place and it gets a little bit messy, and I don't want too much of a mess. All right. But because I'm going to use this same board to cut up my dough and show you how I fill my cinnamon rolls, it doesn't matter that I'm getting a little powdered sugar on it. It's just going to make it that much sweeter. Yep, that's how we do it over here. That's how we do it over here. I've been eating cinnamon rolls, garlic bread, garlic cheesy bread, naan bread, bread, out of that same recipe. So I'm trying to tell you how to save your money. Cost analysis, that's all I got there. So I'll just mix this little bit up here. You buy your own flour, you buy your sugar, you buy all those basic ingredients in your house. That way you already have everything you need to make this good stuff. You already have everything. So no need to be going out and buying cinnamon buns when you can make it right here at home, okay? And guess what? You know everything that's in yours. You know every ingredient. So you ain't got to go out and keep buying stuff, okay? So there we go. Until it's nice and smooth. See how thick and pretty that is? All right. So I'm going to sit this to the side, and I'm going to grab my dough out of the oven that I previously made, because I've been making so much dough I just can't make no more. So I want y'all to push share, get your friends in here so they can see these ooey gooey cinnamon rolls. Let me grab the dough out of the oven I've already prepared for you. All right, let me grab it out. Grab it. Okay. That's been sitting in the warm oven on what you call proof. See that dough? Look at it. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to put some flour on my surface right there, because I don't want my dough sliding everywhere, okay? If it's a little bit too much, you can just push it over to the side. I promise you, you will be using it a little bit later, okay? So just make it nice and floury there. Take your rolling pin and put some flour on it as well. Sit it there, and you want to make sure you dust those hands real good, okay? So what I have here, I'm just going to make sure I take this flour that I have and make sure that I just dump it out. Make sure I got flour on both sides of the dough there. And this is the consistency you want your dough to be. You see that, how fluffy and how stretchy it is? It feels so good. And I promise you, it tastes even better. It feels like silk in my hands. It really does. I just like the way it feels. All right. So make sure you got your dough floured on both sides. This is where you need your rolling pin, okay? You take it. You're going to go south, east, north, west. You don't want it roll it out too thin, but you want to make sure you keep your rolling pin nice and dusty, okay, with flour. That way, see what happens if you don't have enough flour on your rolling pin or your dough, it's going to stick. And you make sure, please make sure that your rolling pin is nice and dry. If it's not dry, it's going to stick, okay? So roll it out like so. You don't have to have a perfect rectangle. The world is not perfect, so you don't have to do them perfect. I think everything tastes a little bit better when it's a little bit sloppy. Just a little bit, like, you know, just a little bit. Okay, so that's enough. That's about how the consistency of you want, or the thickness that you want, like a 1/4 of an inch thick. Okay, so this is when you take your ooey gooey filling, right? That is your cinnamon, your butter, and what is it? Cinnamon, butter, and sugar. That's what that is. That's what your filling is. All right. Make sure you get all. Now, if you want to take your fingers and press your fingers up in there and get all of it out, you by any means you can do that. But I don't like for my fingers to get I don't mind them getting dirty, but I don't like them to get sticky and dirty. I just don't like the sticky feel. I like the doughy feel of it, but I don't like the sticky feel. But here we go. Just spread it out like this. Spread it. I've already got some nice rolls in the oven for you so you can see how I icing them when they come out. All right? So you're going to bake them at 425 for 15 to 20 minutes. 15 to 20 minutes, that's all you need. Because you let it rise and you know all that goodness, they don't take no time at all to cook. But we know that you like to eat them warm, right? So that's why we're going to take them out the oven so you can see how beautiful they are when they come out. All right? So you just spread this like that. Now, this is what makes a cinnamon roll so good. The filling. And when you know, you don't want to put it too thin, but you want to, where it's just like ooey gooey when it comes out. Oh, that's make a cinnamon roll a cinnamon roll. That's what makes a cinnamon roll that much better. All right, that filling right there. All right, and then you want to leave. I like to have the ends of it like where it can brown and get crusty. That's the way I like it. So that's what makes it real good. So I got a pizza cutter here. My pizza cutter, I just dip it in my flour right there. So this is, I start to cut it, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. So I have a little pan here. So I usually like to put parchment paper down in here because it makes it easy to come up when I cook them. But I ran out. So what I'm going to do is just cut these straight across just like this. Now I'm making these mini. These are going to be my mini cinnamon rolls, all right? So I just start rolling from the small end all the way up, just like so. Now you see how big and pretty that is? You can sit them in there if you want nice big ones like that. But sometimes they are a little bit too big, and you can cut them in half. If you want to watch your weight, you know what I'm talking about. If you want to watch your weight, you can watch your weight. But if you want minis, that's what you do. You can cut them in half once you roll them. I'll show you what I'm talking about because this is going to be a big one right here. That's going to be a big one. All right, see how big that is? You can take this here and slice it in half like so. All right, so you have, see that? That's what I'm talking about. You see how pretty they look sitting there now? And I'll just sit there so you can see how they look. All right. Now you know once you roll your cinnamon rolls up and you put them in your pan, they swell and they rise when they're sitting in the pan. I'm going to cut that one in half also. Whoa, it's big and pretty. You put them in your, when you put them in your pan, put them in nice and close, okay? Put them in close together. They like to be close. They really do. It smells so good in here. If you can smell what I smell, come on, somebody tell me you smell them. They smell so good. All right, that's our big cinnamon roll right there. Now when you put it in, it won't take but 15 to 20 minutes to get done, okay? These are small, so they'll take 15 minutes, okay? I will put them in close. It doesn't matter if you put them in close. They actually like to be close together. They come out just perfect when you do that. All right, here's the last one. See, that was a little wide. I definitely will cut that in half. And when your surface sticks, when it sticks, you just put a little flour up under it, cut it in half, and stick it right on there, okay? And those are your cinnamon rolls. Going in the oven. In the oven on 425 for about 15. These will be 15 minutes. These will be no longer than 15. Take no time at all. All right. I'm just gonna slide all of this goodness right on over here. Get that a nice stir. This is going in the oven, okay? Going on in the oven. Going on. Ooh, that smells so good up in here. Okay. Let me give my hands a nice little washing real quick. Nice little washing. Okay. So, now that you have your filling and everything ready, all you're going to do is make sure that you have your filling nice and smooth, right? Because as soon as your cinnamon rolls come out of the oven, you're going to slap this stuff right on top. Boom! You're going to slap it right on top, like, you know, like pow. That's what you're going to do. That just makes them taste a little bit better. Yes, it does. Nice and smooth. Ooey gooey. The powdered sugar likes to stick to the bottom of the container, so just make sure you just scoop it all out and blend it well, or just stir it up real well. Make sure you got everything nice and smooth, okay? Or else you'll be getting like little lumps of flour or sugar in there, okay? See, I got some on the side. You just scoop it in. It dissolves pretty easy, okay? It dissolves pretty easy. All right, let me get this sugar off my hands. And I'm telling you, those cinnamon rolls are done. The ones that I put in previously, right? It'll be magic if the ones I just put in are done, but they're not done. But they'll be done before this show is over, I promise you, because they cook real quick. The smaller you make them, the quicker they cook, okay? We only have a couple minutes, so we do them small. That way you can see what we have. Remember, the dough. The dough is 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. You need 2 cups. You need 2½ or 2 1/4 teaspoons of dry active yeast going in a warm, you got a warm container. Well, you got a cup. And you put 3/4 cups of warm water, not hot. Hot water will kill the yeast. Also, in that water, your 3/4 cups of water, you're going to put your yeast, the 2 1/4 teaspoons of yeast, and you'll put a teaspoon of sugar, which allows the yeast to be active, okay? That's what you want. Give it a nice stir, put it in a warm place for about 5 minutes, and let it work, okay? Let it work. Once it starts to get that froth on top like a foam, then you pour it into your batter with 1/4 cup of oil. That's all you need, and that's how you get your dough started. You let it sit for an hour, and then you're ready to make your cinnamon rolls, all right? So I'm getting ready to take the cinnamon rolls out of the oven that I previously made just for you. Y'all ready? Get ready. Ooh, smells heavenly in here. All right, I'm just gonna set this wonderful thing here that my wonderful friend got for me one day, Keisha. And I will sit my hotness cinnamon rolls right on top. Y'all come on and look at this. Yeah. Come on out the oven. It smells so good. Ooh. Ooh, that smells wonderful. Look at them cinnamon rolls. They look so beautiful. Y'all talk to your food. Look at that. Look at the cinnamon rolls I have here for you. They just hot. You know, I wouldn't bought some cinnamon rolls. Now, if you want to make sure they're done, take a toothpick and stick it in. No dough comes out, they're done, okay? I'm going to do that for you, but I pretty much know they're done, okay? All right, here we go with a toothpick. All right? You can stick it right there in the center like that. If no dough comes out, then your cinnamon roll is done, okay? You can use a toothpick. You could use a fork or whatever, but fork will put too many holes in it. So just use like a toothpick. Okay, it comes out dry, then it's done. All right. So now, okay, let me tell you the story. I went and got me a cinnamon roll one day at a certain place, and they just pulled them out of the oven, and I was like, oh, they smell wonderful. They smell wonderful. Can I get one of those hot ones? They was like, no, we have to let them sit for a while. And I was like, I need mine right now. So that's what I have right now. Hot cinnamon rolls for you. Just for you. All right, so here we go. Take it. Your wonderful, wonderful topping, your cream cheese icing, and just remember I told you slap it on there. You slap it on there. That's what you do. You slap that, you know, because it just gets down in the sides and on the top and then all in the nooks and crannies. That's what you do when you make a cinnamon roll, okay? That's what you want to do. And you got to save a little bit for later. That's your later. This is your later right here. You know, when you get that cinnamon roll out and you want some on the bottom, you put a little, I'm going to show you how you do it. This is how I do it. I take that right there, put me a little bit on the bottom, just like so. Because I want it to glide right across the top. Just like that, right? I'll set that to the side. Now, here we go. Get me a nice cinnamon roll out of there. Ooh, look at this. And I sit it right there on top, just like that. There we go. Now that's your cinnamon roll. I want y'all to try these. Try these recipes. Let me know what you think. I'm telling you, they're so, so, so good. Try them, let the kids make them, and you enjoy them. These are my ooey gooey cinnamon rolls, all right? Watch the videos. If you want to see how I made these, go back and look at the recipe that I made with the dough. I've given it to you, so rewind and look at some things, and there you go. Ooey gooey cinnamon rolls. Y'all check out my videos on YouTube. I have all the recipes and all that stuff up there. Follow me, give me a like, a share, and let me know what you want to see me make in this kitchen, all right? I love y'all. Y'all have a good day, and don't forget to laugh, because laughter does your heart good, just like a medicine, all right? Bye. Have a good old day. Come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Come on in the kitchen. Let's jam. Let me check these cinnamon rolls I got in the oven. Oh, they look beautiful. Those will be good in about 10 minutes. But anyway, if they've seen these, they're good to go.